Well, I'm going to use Spyro here to help me kick off this video. Real quick, let me go ahead and show you our inventory situation. We're completely broke because our chest here is empty. We got two of these dragon things, and Spyro is down to 2 lives, and that number unfortunately is going to go down to a little bit less because I'm going to show you how this functions before the codes. So let's go ahead and just take one for the team, Spyro. We're going to have to drown him. But don't worry, he magically comes back. I'm going to show you how to change this in a bit and how to change those stats. And you can do this by injecting codes before you start your game with simply just your phone. And you can use Action Replay, Codebreaker, Exploder, Game Shark, anyone you want, or maybe all of them. That's coming up next. Alright guys, and welcome to the video, and that was my freshly done, half-assed, in 30 minutes made intro. I'm probably either going to switch it, maybe get something a little bit more deluxe, or just drop it all together. It's just an experiment. We'll see how it goes. Anyway guys, here today we are going to go ahead and show you how to run cheats with your PS1 backed up games. And I'm going to show you here in a minute what you're going to be needing and all that. And before we even jump into that, as I have to do with all these emulation type videos that we're doing, anytime I make reference from this point forward to an ISO image, a bin image, or any type of backed up image, it's exactly that, a backed up image of a physical copy game that you own. So it's assumed that you own it and you've obtained it legally through purchasing it or whatever other means. So from this point forward, when we're talking about backed up files, it's assumed that you have the hard copy. And you're going to have things set up here on your system a certain way. Let me go ahead and bring up my little cheat sheet here. And if you want to pause the video so you can see it, it's fine. You're obviously going to need a modded PS3, and you're going to need to get your IP address from your PS. You're going to need to have Cobra and Webman both installed. Webman mod, either one will work. Cobra and Webman need to be enabled. You need a device that has a browser, so either your phone, PC, tablet, whatever. Your device in your PlayStation 3 must be connected to your home network. You need at least one of the cheat ISO backup programs. So in the description, I'm going to put, there's a zip file that conveniently has 4 ISOs. It has GameShark version 5, Action Replay v3, Code Breakers, and Exploder v4. All 4 are in there. All 4 work, and all 4 even have an image file, so it displays on your webman nice with an image, and I'll show you in a minute. It even has the menu so you know which one's which. You're going to need a working backed up PS1 ISO or bin file. You need to make sure first that it's working. We covered that in the last emulation video, part 1. And make sure that you set your memory cards. I'm going to show you that here in just a minute. And for those of you that don't know, although you already should because we covered this in the last video, you're going to put whichever ISO image you want of the 4 cheat programs, or you can use all 4. It doesn't really matter. They go same place as your PS1 games. You're going to go into Dev HDD0, then go into your PSX ISO, and that's where you're going to put all the files in that zip file. Okay, let's go back to the XMB. Alright, so we're going to go here into the memory card utility, and I already have them made, but you should make 2 PS cards since we're playing PS1 games, and I would recommend that you name them MC1 and MC2. That way, the 1, you know, you will always assign it to slot number 1, and number 2, you will always assign it to slot number 2. And you should do this every single time before you play a PS1 game. That way these cheat programs find the memory card slots, and that way your games will find the memory card slot. And since they'll be, you know, the same name and assigned to the same slot all the time, you shouldn't have a problem. That's why I say MC1, so you know the 1 goes in slot 1 and the 2 goes in slot 2. I also even color code them so I don't get them confused with the PlayStation 2 ones. And if you want to do that, you could go to information, and up here, all you need to do is just press on X. Some people don't even know you could change the color of those cards, and I know these two are for PlayStation 1. Next, you're going to go ahead and go to, in this case, Webman Games. All right, so in Webman Games, we're going to head on over to the PlayStation section. And I already, in the last emulation video in part 1, I already told you how to add these here and what you needed to do for them to populate in Webman. You need to hit the refresh XML after you've inserted these ISO files into the PSX ISO folder. I'm not going to cover that again. I already did it. Anyway, here's the action replay. There's the code breaker, the Game Shark, and the exploder. So let's go ahead and let's start with the exploder. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to launch that. And the game I'm going to play is Spyro the Dragon, but we're not going to launch it. Instead, we're going to launch the cheat disk instead, or the cheat image. Okay, and once that's there, let's go ahead and launch that. Alright, so here at the Exploder screen, pretty much these all work the same. You'll be presented with the start game, select cheats. I like Exploder because it gives you a little bit more stuff where you can like configure stuff here on the how the menu, the main menu, whatever looks, and you can do stuff with the memory cards or whatnot. With all of these cheat programs, you can add games and add, of course, more cheats if they're not there. You can edit cheats that are already there. Some of them will allow you to add cheats to already existing games and all that good stuff. Now, a rule of thumb here is that not every single cheat is going to work. And sometimes some cheats can cause a problem. They can either conflict with other cheats or they by themselves will cause a problem. So you can install 5, 7, 8 cheats, everything will be fine. Sometimes you'll set up 10 cheats and the game won't even start, or it'll be really glitchy. Well, it could be that among those 10 cheats, one of them is bad, or one of them is conflicting with the other. So you're going to have to narrow it down to maybe 2 or 3 or 4 cheats and see if the game works. And if it does, then well, those 3 or 4 cheats work. All right, so let me go ahead and show you how these work. These all work basically exactly the same. You're going to go into, oh, my bad. Let's go back. You're going to go into select cheats, and I'm going to scroll all the way down to my Spyro. Okay, so here we are at Spyro the Dragon. I'm going to hit right on the D-pad, and hitting right on the game in this one, actually in most of them, it will show you the cheats. And on one of them, I forgot which one it is, if it's Codebreaker or Action Replay, the cheats will have a star next to them, meaning that they're activated. When you take the little star off or the asterisk off, it means the cheat is turned off. So here we're going to let's do infinite lives, and let's have 65,000 joules, right? And yeah, let's just do those two for now. Then we're going to hit start. And then on all of these, it's the same process. You're going to go ahead and hit start game with the X button, and you're going to select with cheats. And right here, all 4 of these, whichever one you pick, when you hit start game with cheats, it's going to bring you to a screen where it's going to say insert a game disk. At this point right here, you need to stop. So let's go ahead and let me show you what you're going to do now with your device that has the browser. All right, so open up the browser that's in your phone, tablet, or PC. And here I'm using the PC because it's just everything is easier to see. And you're going to type in the IP address of your PS3 along with the / setup.ps3 after the / This is what it's going to look like. So it's your IP address / and then setup.ps3 and then press enter. And you should see your webman will come up. Now, I actually did this in another video before. Actually, there's a lot you can do with webman. You can even have a virtual controller on your phone. Anyway, when you're here, what you're going to do is you're going to click on the Games tab. And then you're going to click on PSX ISO. Right? And now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and, now that we're here, we're going to click on Unmount. It should say game unmounted. Now let me go ahead and shrink this some so you can see. Over here, I have my PS going. You can see the disc there is still spinning. And I want you to pay attention here to the right-hand corner of the screen right here. We're going to go back into games, and our PS1 games should be there. We're going to go ahead and click on Spyro. Right now, what you're going to see here, if you go down, you'll see it says error at the bottom. I think on some of the newer versions of Webman Mod or whatever, next to this, you'll see like a link that'll look like this. Okay. Either way, you're going to navigate to wherever this like link is, but it's not a link. It actually has a few things that are clickable. You're going to want to click what's at the very beginning. I don't know if you can see it here, but I can put my finger over game to mount, and it actually changes colors. We're going to click on it on the words game to mount, and then just wait. Now look, see right here, up here in the right hand corner on my PS, it said it installed Spyro the Dragon. And if we go down here, it says game loaded successfully. Now if we go back to the PS and we hit circle for OK, just give it a minute. And sometimes this can take 30 seconds to a minute, so be patient. Don't press any buttons. And there we go. The game is loading up. And that's it. It is that simple. Now this game, I have to wait till it goes through all this stuff. All right, there we go. Start. It's accessing the memory cards. All right, and there we go. We're going to hit load game, and we're going to pick that one. So that's a good sign. All right, so let's see here. I don't have my 65,000 gems. See, so I told you not every code is going to work. Let's see if the infinite lives thing worked. All right, so you can see I'm still at 9 Spyros. So I am assuming now that I can just kill poor Spyro at will, and I don't have to worry about losing any lives. So I was at 9. Let's see if it stays at 9. Yep, there we go. Still showing 9. All right, so we're good to go there. So the gems one didn't seem to work, but the infinite lives did. And that's pretty much all you got to do, guys. And when you want to play another game, you just have to quit and start the process all over again. And that's it. All right, I hope this video helped you out. Don't forget to thumbs up and enjoy. We'll see you on the next one.